The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squad, pop over to the Lord. It is Wednesday night and we're here. And you have granted access to the uncensored, uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. So whether you're a friend of your feet, boy, girl, or in between, you are tuning in to a brand new episode of The Black Files.
Welcome one, welcome all. Happy to have you here on Wednesday, October 25th, and we're just a few days away from Halloween.
Indeed. How many days is it now? Like, what,
6 days, Juan.
Not even a full week. Holy crap now. We are in such big trouble, aren't we? Double, toilet, and all that stuff. But, yeah, no, for one thing, I don't have any Halloween plans. I'm too broke, and I'm too self-flagellating for any sort of costume idea. So I'm like, that's what I get. But hopefully, if y'all partake in the celebrations of All Hallows Eve, whether it be the more paganistic versions or the commercialized version, where you just scarf on candy.
Hey, by the way, Juancho, am I coming in clearly through your audio?
You are coming in perfectly fine. Give me just a moment over here.
Yeah, for a second there, I could. Yeah, for a minute there, I couldn't. I could barely hear you.
Wait. Is this better? You can barely.
Now it's better, and I believe. Yeah, you might. Yeah. I can hear you loud and clear, and I think you might need to. Repeat about the whole holiday thing about Halloween.
Oh no, I was simply saying that I have no Halloween plans, and it sucks that I have no Halloween plans because I would like to, but I don't. Because I hate me. But I always hate me. That's my default setting is me hating myself. But that's fine. That's just how this stuff goes on. I'm not gonna lie to people. I'm not gonna fucking hide my emotions or anything like that. I hate me, and I think I should be hated by me right now. But that's all right. I'll get past it, folks. My name is Juan Arouse, one of the heads of Ravens Flock, the tech guru of the team. I'm the guy who literally have just run out of my happy brain juice medicine. And the freaking pharmacy says I have to wait until for a whole week first. I have to go a whole week without it. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be fantastic. It's really not. I'm working a mandatory overtime in my slavery. No, I'm not slavery. My straight job, but. Gotta do what you gotta do. And joining me tonight, unfortunately, Angel Mendez. He is also shackled by the chains of late stage capitalism, so he cannot join us tonight. But the man with the plan himself is here with us. Joining us tonight, of course, is the founder of the Ravens Flock, the executive producer of the channel, content manager, and host of Wrestle Rewind, which is live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Folks, give it up for Mr. Jose Casa
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for that warm introduction, Juancho. And yes, I understand that while we're all being shackled down by the powers of capitalism with this overtime that we're
capitalism, not just any kind of capitalism. The capitalism that we're into, like it's literally like this is the end phase of what capitalism naturally leads to. I'll send you a video sometime so you can actually understand some of the brain juice stuff that I'm talking about here. But yes.
My point being is that no matter how harsh we have to go through with our straight jobs, our number one priority must always be our health.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with that. Unfortunately, the pharmacy, it thinks otherwise, so I have to go a week without my brains.
No, I agree with you. That is absolutely ridiculous.
It's I wish there was an explanation for that, but that's a little more detail for a lot of the general public, and I got a lot of shit piling up on me all at the same time, so might as well, like, sure, when it rains it pours, why not? But
Unfortunately,
enough about me and my problems. Nobody cares about that right now. What's important is that we get this show on the roll. Jose, if you'd be so kind as to go ahead and take care of the pluggy stuffs that we gotta plug on.
absolutely. You see, Juancho, we function well. I do the opening plugs, you do the closing plugs. We complement each other. Anyways, so much like all our other.
I compliment me. Wait, I don't compliment me. Wait, no, you compliment me, but I don't compliment me. I compliment you, but you don't compliment me.
And hey, I do compliment you.
No,
you just got to compliment.
I know you compliment you, and you compliment me, and I compliment you, but I do not compliment me.
And you should compliment you.
Why?
Why not?
I literally cannot function to do so.
Okay, well, that's obviously a discussion we'll have to have another time. Much like all our other shows on this. Much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and kick.com/theravensflock. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications on all of our content. Leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, whether it be YouTube or Kick, then you can become an Inner Flocker. For $4.99 a month, you'll have exclusive access to all the perks that comes with being a member. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the Inner Flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we've got plenty, I see you folks. I can see you with my 4 eyes here. Go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you have stepped up, that you are taking initiative to help the Ravens Flock break away from these chains of late-stage capitalism so we can actually have ourselves proper streaming time. Imagine if we had Angel here tonight. I might be a little more manic. I might be a lot more entertaining because Angel will just throw the whole thing. You just need some quick moxie and some freedom juice or whatever, and some other thing involving Hideki Kamiya. It would be a lot more interesting and stuff. But he's not, because he's stuck at his straight job, and I'm stuck on Saturday with my straight job, and so is Angel. I mean, we're stuck on these straight jobs, and Jose's the only one. But Jose can't run the show by himself, even though he could try. But he would try, and he really might do a job on his own. But the fact of the matter is, he really shouldn't have to, because we live right here with him. Point is, you'd be helping save us a lot of this aggravation if we were full-time YouTubers instead of having to work Joe Schmo jobs just to keep one of these thingies, one of these nice, things up here. I think they call it a roof. It's the latest craze over our heads. Then if we appreciate you guys who've all been stepping up. All of you have been Inner Flockers since the beginning of the beginning of our ability to partnership over here, and we appreciate every single fine folks who've joined us tonight. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you also get access to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, your ideas on how to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and your needs. I'm saying hello to Honey 2800. She's saying breathe. I do breathe. I breathe in through my nose, and then I expound in hyper speed through my mouth. It's a wonderful transduction system for my respiratory functions. I'm having a little bit of a breakdown. Also, Project Metal Music, Kodisi Rando-sama, which, by the way, I'm going to get those super chats in a moment there, Kodisi, thank you. Planet Q's Queen, showing us sick unicorn Tams in the chat. Let's see here. Gene Rick's in the chat. Gene Rick was saying, hashtag give Juan his meds. I wish they'd give me my meds. I literally ran out today. Let me see here. Matthew Coburn made his way into the chat. And do I see Nikki Bella? Lisa Boo's up in the chat. Hey, up there, Lisa Boo. Welcome to the Black Files. I do not see a Nikki Bella here, but I'm sure they'll show up at some point or another over here. And Kodisi Randasama dropped the first $4.99 super chat in the show tonight. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it immensely. We appreciate it. She said, as Chris Crocker, now Kara Cunningham, said to the haters, leave Britney alone! Oh my God, the transformation that Chris Crocker had gone through? Dang. That child went nuts. All right, let's see here. And of course, Kodisi Randall also threw up a $4.99 super sticker. The ginger doggy throwing little punches over here with the bandana on him, and he looks like he's got a little scar on his puffy cheek. What are those?
Nice.
What are those on the dogs? Is that puff? Or is that fur under the with the cheek underneath, or is that just more fur? I don't know. But all I know is that it's cute and we appreciate it immensely. You see, I can breathe. I was taught how to breathe when I was eating. No,
I think to be more specific, I think what our awesome viewer is trying to tell us is that maybe take deep breaths.
but if I take deep breaths, then I'll just. Oh yeah, it is the fur and the shape of their head. Okay, I see what you mean, honey. 2800. Thank you for that. No, but the thing is, if I take a lot of deep breaths, at some point I'll just stop talking, and I can't stop talking. I have to talk. I've got to actually bring up our big ups tonight. You know, we've got a show to run, and we've got to at least try to have some semblance of focus. Which
of course, well, post show.
What do you mean post show? What focus
after the show? Yes, deep breaths after show.
Oh, that's what you mean. Deep breaths after the show. I thought you were saying to focus after the show. I'm like, doesn't that defeat the purpose? I would think you'd want me to focus now. What kind of executive producer are you? You want me to focus after the show? You need me to focus now.
All right.
I'm goofing around. It's how I cope with difficult situations. I make fun of myself, and I try to get a laugh out of people around me. That way, I can see that I'm still good for something. But you'll notice that this is a little bit of a running theme. And yeah, no, thank you. There's Nikki Bella. Thank you for showing up over here. Thank you for being part of the team, Nikki Bella. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Now, of course, we've all seen what tonight's thumbnail is, what tonight's headline is for this. We're going to be discussing the release and review and the feedback, along with some of the features that have been expounded upon by the tell-all memoir. I guess you can call it a tell-all, I suppose, written by the pop icon herself, Britney Spears, titled "The Woman in Me." Now,
I think before we get into it, I mean, at this point, our viewers already know that we are pro Britney. We are on Team Britney. We've been covering Britney's stories and getting out of her conservatorship since 2020 or 2021.
You are absolutely right. We were initially a little agnostic in the subject only because we hadn't been fully educated into the situation. We hadn't had the opportunity in the beginning to try and delve into it as deeply as is needed in order to give proper understanding, in order to be able to get a proper perspective on it. You know, I'm very much in the opinion of, if I don't know enough about it to form an opinion, I stay the fuck out. And as you guys can tell, I swear like a motherfucker. It's incredible. But that's not what's important. What's important is that we try and get through this as best we can. Planet Q's Queen was saying, like, I knew there was something rotten about Justin Timberlake back in the 90s and early 2000s. It says Planet Q's Queen. Sus. I know what you're talking about, and we will get to that soon. But I also want to say, give a shout out to Gene Rick, who dropped a $1.99 super chat, saying the Ravens
awesome,
be full-time YouTube beers. YouTube beers is what they're saying. You know what? Would I be allowed to consume this can of non-alcoholic draft of Guinness that I keep here for absolutely no reason whatsoever? Is that permitted to drink on camera, on screen, on YouTube? Probably.
If it's non-alcoholic, then you shouldn't have a problem.
Like, check it. Guinness non-alcoholic draft. All right. I would pop this open, but I don't want them thinking that I'm trying to do a bad thingy.
Nah. Instead, keep drinking the cold one that you've been drinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep on drinking the cold one with all my boys over here. And Honey 2800 was saying their baby would have been so cute. Yeah. Oh, this is such a dog fuck of a problem here. You don't know, Jose, do you?
Well, first of all, how long ago has it been since the release of her memoir?
Of Britney's book. Let's see, if I'm not mistaken. I believe
we gotta know
the
official release.
Like a week ago? No, not even. It's very, very new here. Give me a moment. I'm actually gonna pull up the official release date of it for posterity's sake over here. Now, stop it. Move. There we go. Stop it. No, yeah, yesterday. Fucking yesterday, the 24th of October, in the year of our Lord. I don't know, maybe not your Lord, but definitely our Lord, 2023. I don't know about yours, though. All right, because your Lord is Emotep. You think I'm not on to you, Jose? Why else would you intentionally keep making yourself bald if not to imitate Arnold Vosloo?
Hey, that's facial profiling, and I resent that.
What do you mean racial profiling? That's nothing to do with race.
I didn't say racial. I didn't say racial. I said facial, face, because I look like Emotep.
Facial profiling, is that a thing? Anyway, you worship mummies. That's the point. The point is,
I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind worshiping Princess Amenet.
We do not speak of Princess Amenet.
Go on.
We do not speak of that at all. Oh yeah, 2800 was saying that the Guinness would be great for bread or stew. Usually, if I keep an actual can of like alcohol can of Guinness, it would be for like a proper beer batter fish fry up. So this one I literally just have it unopened as like a decoration. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just afraid of opening it after a while. I don't know. Is there like an expiration date or whatever? I don't know. That's not important.
Not that I know of.
Now, for any one of you who is not in the know, which I doubt is anyone in our actual live chat audience right now, because y'all are already very much tuned in to the drums, if you would, regarding Madame Britney Spears' the self-emancipation from the conservatorship that she had. What do you call it? Which she recently was released from. Now, was it 2021, 2022 here? Yeah,
2021. I think that's the year.
Yeah, it was late 2021 when Britney Spears had managed to successfully break away from a conservatorship that had kept her under the thumb of her family for ages in the most vile and inhumane ways possible, for everything from telling her what to eat and how to eat, when to eat, all the way down to making her keep an IUD in her body against her will. So, let's see over here.
They pretty much controlled everything that she does and everywhere she goes.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you were right to say it was November 2021. It started February 2000. I was about to say 2008. Like I was some sort of dork. 2008.
2008. We didn't have this in 2008.
No, 2008.
Oh, 2008. Oh,
okay. Yeah, I was about to say 2008. And let's see here. The actual people who held her as conservators were her father, Jamie Spears, and the attorney Matthew M. Wallet. Those two were the ones who had initially placed her and locked her into this conservatorship. From oh my god, that's like 14 years of her life. Some of the prime years of her life just snatched away from her control.
14 years that she's not going to get back.
Exactly. She'll never get that back, and now her family are all pissed off. Like, how dare you? You ruined our family. Fuck off. They ruined her. They tried to bleed her dry, and they failed. Let me see here. Planet Q's queen. She should have gotten together with JC. He would have treated her like a princess and a queen. Oh, wait. JC Chazé from NSYNC?
Yeah, the guy who's always second to Justin Timberlake.
That dude? Okay. I was about to say, I'm over here thinking, it's just Planet Q's queen's opinion. You know who would have...
I honestly thought that he was the better vocalist out of the bunch. Yeah. But, Justin Timberlake, he's number one.
You know who actually would have treated her like an actual queen?
Who?
Joey Fatone.
I get it. I can see it. But in a time altering universe, yes, you would be right.
You mean an alternate universe?
In an alternate universe, you would be right.
Absolutely. Well, I should hope so. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I do have to give a bit of a obligatory disclaimer this time around. So no, not. We'll be right back.
Yes, because of the nature of the subject that we're talking about and the details that we're going to disclose that Britney has made apparent in her tell-all. Yes, please put the disclaimer, for goodness sake, cover our asses.
Thank you very much for that. We here at the Ravens Flock do not endorse being an asshole to people, so don't do that. Don't be an asshole. No, okay. We're going to be discussing very sensitive topics. We're going to be discussing some of the sticking points to the conservatorship of Britney Spears, which included elements of psychological, emotional, and some could even argue physical and possibly even sexual abuse in the form of restricting one person's autonomy and self-determination. We here at the Ravens Clock understand that this kind of subject may be touchy for viewers, so viewers and listener discretion is advised. That being said, if you believe you have the Constitution for this, and if you believe that you can stomach this and stick by it, then by all means, we invite you to continue to watch this program with an open mind. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, we swear. We're going to swear. Deal with it. We might have opinions that might differ with yours. Those are literally just opinions, and anything that is stated as any sort of quotation from someone else is that person's opinion or statement, and not ours. Doesn't reflect the Ravens Flock. All right? Did I cover us good? Yes? No? Good? Okay. Don't.
I think we're pretty good.
All right. So, and yeah, I'm not gonna shy away on this bullshit when I say that. And yeah, you're right, Gene Rick. Folks should be smashing the like button. I know that we've got 11 folks in here, and we've got 11 folks in the chat, and we got 11 likes. So do I appreciate it? Yes, I do. Thank you, Matthew Coburn. Enter the fat one, the fatone. God damn it.
Oh god.
Neither of us is an elephant. That's more raw checking for you. Okay, now the reason why I say that what was done to Britney under that conservatorship constitutes a form of sexual abuse is because against her will, she was made to place an IUD in a intrauterine device in order to keep her from being pregnant, which, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the like earlier generation like copper lined models of those. I don't remember. And them bitches can be a pain in the ass to take out. Yeah, granted, you won't get pregnant for 7 years, and yeah, it'll mess up your hormonal cycle all the live long day in order to make sure that you don't actually have any periods or period cramps. But it's her fucking body. Last I checked, she's allowed to use that body to make you guys money. Why the fuck isn't she allowed to use that body to make herself happy? You know, they're like, I'm bringing up the stuff from the past, and I'm raw about that shit, but that's just because it's, for me, it's a matter of personal autonomy. People have to be allowed to do as they will, so long as they harm none, so long as they don't go out of their way to make it a pain in the ass or a problem for other people. And that's why my fucking thinking is that she was wronged in so many fucking ways. Let me take a look over here. Also, Emily Morris made their way into the chat. Hey, up there, Emily Morris. Welcome to the Black Files. We appreciate your face here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
It's probably too early to tell, but do we have a number as to how many of the copies of her tell-all has already been sold?
It's already too early to tell. It's literally only came out yesterday.
Yeah, it's too early. Yeah, we'd have to wait until a week.
However, I can say that it is receiving an excellent set of reviews. Let's see here. For example, on Goodreads, which is a dedicated review community for books in the world over here, in a total of 8,885 ratings and 1,640 reviews, The Woman in Me by Britney Spears is currently ranking at 4.45 out of 5 stars. So eat that, Dave Meltzer. That's not important. No, yeah, no. Like, check out the little synopsis that was written here for her. The Woman in Me is a brave and astonishingly moving story about freedom, fame, motherhood, survival, faith, and hope. In June 2021, the whole world was listening as Britney Spears spoke in open court. The impact of sharing her voice, her truth, was undeniable, and it changed the course of her life and the lives of countless others. The Woman in Me reveals for the first time her incredible journey and the strength at the core of one of the greatest performers in pop music history. Written with remarkable candor and humor, Spears' groundbreaking book illuminates the enduring power of music and love, and the importance of a woman telling her own story on her own terms at last. Okay, so right off the bat, Jose, nice little nice summary there, but obviously, like, we're kind of broke, so I can't buy a copy to save my life. No, and I was even trying to find a way to see if I could get a hold of a free copy. Like, oh, hey, if you do something like this in Kindle or something or other, maybe you'd get a thing. But I'm like,
okay. Oh, you mean like a digital copy or something?
Yeah, exactly, a digital copy. The trouble is like, you sign up for a thing.
Yeah, I know. They require you to sign up for some sort of service and stuff, and you have to give them your information.
Yeah. And it's godless monstrosity. Yeah, and oh yeah, no, I haven't forgotten about that son of a pig there, Planet Q's queen. The primary architect of this entirety of the ordeal that Britney went through was an asshole named Lou Taylor. Hello, Lou Taylor. Hi. It is my personal opinion that you, Lou Taylor, who manufactured the conservatorship of Britney Spears that took away 14 years of a good woman's life, are an asshole. That's how you can tell that's an opinion of mine. All right? I will say it straight to your fucking face. That is my opinion of Lou Taylor. Screw you up the ass with a rusty metal dildo, and I hope you get goddamn tetanus out of it and your butt.
And I second that.
Yeah, I don't think that's too hard there, Planet Q's queen. Let me just double check. Oh, Planet Q's queen was mentioning on the chat that Britney's book had sold more than a book that was written by Jada Pinkett Smith here. That's because, let's put it this way. Britney's story is one that can be easily summarized as a testament to one woman's journey through an extremely difficult time where her liberty, her personhood, her autonomy were taken from her by people who cloak themselves as friends and as family and as people who loved her, who are only interested in lining their pockets and filling their bank accounts with money that she makes off of her blood, her sweat, and her tears. Whereas Jada Pinkett Smith's book is the testament of a woman who is pissed off that she's married to the wrong guy because the guy she loved was dead. Anyhow.
Oh my God! Yeah, no, I've been reading up a lot about Jada Pinkett Smith recently, and without getting into too much detail, there's a lot to
get into detail. Please get into detail. By all fucking means, we don't give a damn.
No. Tonight we got to focus on Britney. Like, Jada, that's a whole different.
I know. We could still do, listen, to say we're not going to be able to do the Ravens Talk on Saturday. We give me something over here.
Okay. I just remember bits and pieces, but apparently, Jada Pinkett Smith, she's if I'm not mistaken, she's ashamed of being married to Will Smith or some shit like that.
Okay, she's okay. I'll help summarize it here for you, Jose, since I know you're good with broad strokes, but let me condense it for you. Yeah. Also, Green Eye Dragon made their way into the chat. Hey up, Green Eye Dragon. Welcome to the Black Files. Let me put it this way. Jada Pinkett Smith has been spending a bunch of time shitting on her marriage with Will. Saying stuff like, that Tupac was my real soulmate, and I was ride or die for him forever, but then he died, and now I'm with Will Smith. Woman, he gave you fucking all sorts of fucking love and fucking support and
also fucking Will Smith defended you. He risked his own fucking public image.
Not risked. He tarnished it.
He tarnished his own fucking public image for you, woman.
No, she doesn't care because apparently they've been living separated since 2016.
Shit, maybe Will Smith should have let that G.I. Jane joke slide.
Yeah, no, it's clear she doesn't care one way or another about anything he does, because if she did, she wouldn't be shitting on him. She wouldn't have put him in a position where she would talk about how she cheated on him in front of him on a fucking podcast that she put out. Jesus Christ.
Also, I'm actually half glad that we are at least spending a little bit of time talking about this, because personally, this feels like a little bit of a reconciliation for myself, because not long ago here on the Ravens Flock, I believe it was last year, I may have said some things and I may have been in favor of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, but now knowing the grand scheme of things, yeah, no, I Jada Pinkett Smith can go to hell. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure we're all aware that Jada Pinkett Smith can go to hell, because that's not how you treat someone that puts himself out on a limb for you. That's not how you treat someone who cares about you. But the way she treats him is, nah, screw this guy. He's literally like, she barely holds, she uses his last name in her name, like out of contempt or some shit.
What a bitch.
And I'm sorry, but no, fucking Jada Pinkett Smith, fucking, she an asshole. Again, my personal opinion.
My opinion too. She's an asshole. She's a bitch.
And you're right, Planet Q's Queen. He demolished his image for her. Yeah, and she doesn't even give so much as a thank you. Nothing. Nathan. Nada. And yeah, no. What do you call it? Jesus Christ. Pretty much. What we got out of the situations that came from this conservatorship, basically everything was leading up to this book that Britney had written, and like I said, in 2021, she made her first public statement in the court proceedings that helped in terminating her conservatorship. It was shortly thereafter that she had gone ahead and was able to start writing her book, and we've all been waiting for it. Now, like I said here, I unfortunately am unable to read the book myself. So, like, at this moment, I know that Andy's got a copy. I know Steph's got a copy. What's his face? Lewis was trying to bring up an interesting little theory of his own. He's saying that, like, what was the headline that he put up in his little "Change My Mind" or whatever? Give me a minute. Hang on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm looking
Lewis,
for.
I was gonna ask. Does Lewis have a copy?
No, Lewis was going on a different angle. He was trying to say, Britney Spears may be lying. Change my mind. Like, and the thing is that I know that Lewis does that half for the sake of like trying to get a contrarian opinion in order to see how well folks can test it, and the other half for like, okay, I just want to see how badly I can piss my my viewers off, because I want to see if they'll understand that I'm not really like fucking with them that way. This is just my read. I'm not trying to denote anything negative out of what Lewis is doing, other than maybe
no, you're good.
Other than maybe like, dude, I doubt that I doubt that he actually believes this shit. But then again, he probably doesn't care anymore. I feel a little bit bad about Lewis, because I feel like he's a little bit burnt out in the pop culture and like nerd culture stuff. He, like, everything's like Star Wars is dead and music is dead and all this stuff. And like, dude, come on, man.
I think I get where he's coming from. I think Angel shares the same sentiment.
Yeah, like, but the thing is, like, you know, like the way I think is that it's that, you know, like, popular culture and stuff, it's in a bit of a drag from what I can see, and not a lot of folks like the fact that it's dragging, or that the stuff that they thought they're liking isn't turning out the way they want it to. But just because it's
they think that it's in a decline.
Okay, Planet Q's Queen, it's okay. We can keep that story up over here. Sorry, no, could he see that one was all right? Planet Q is going to be saying like we're now hearing Britney's story, and we've heard all Justin's story from 20 years, and he used her for his career, and he did the same to Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl. # Justin is an asshole. We're perfectly okay with leaving those sort of statements up, Codisti. All right. So we're not gonna like. It got taken off by Codisti. I think she was trying to approve it, but she might have taken it down by mistake. But in any case, my figuring on all this is, Britney has had an extremely rough go at it over the last 13 span of 13 years, and these last 2 that she's been in have been the only time in her life since she got out of it that she was able to express herself freely. Now, she's since had a wedding with her longtime beau, but then she and him got divorced. And of course, there's the issue that she has with her ex-husband / baby daddy, Kevin Federline, aka Trash.
Oh God, him.
Trash. The guy was trash from the word go. Listen, another opinion. Again, I'm chock full of opinions tonight, folks. I'll be showing you guys some of the like bombshell stuff from different articles coming out with about like the reviews on Britney's book, but I'm sharing a lot of my opinions on the dramatis personae of this little hullabaloo that we're dealing with over here. And
yeah.
Okay, Kevin Federline is fucking trash with a capital Ash and a hyper capitalized Tra. Fucking okay.
My evil gremlin wished that he was beaten up for real by John Cena instead of just a stunt.
Seriously, John Cena didn't get the job done. That's the one thing I won't forgive him for. Like, okay, and the only reason why I really claim the guy is trash is simple. He's been living off the teat of his ex-wife this whole time. He got 2 boys out of her. Basically, raised them on his. Basically, raised them to resent their mom, and milking money out of them until they turn 18. And now after that, once the boys are of age, poor little K-Fed, he's going to have work for a living, worth a damn. But the guy doesn't have much of talent to go for it. Popozao, what the fuck is that? I could fart out. Actually, you know what? The reason we were running a little bit later over here was because I was stuck in the can, and I literally farted out a better song than his Popozao, motherfucker. Jesus, jumped up Christ in a basket. My lord. Matthew Coburn, I liked everything MCU since Endgame, like I did before it. The same with Star Wars. I was never huge into it. I liked all the Star Wars shows except Ahsoka because I don't have Disney Plus right now. Totally okay. No, there's nothing wrong with that, Matthew Coburn.
There's nothing wrong with that because Ahsoka's not going anywhere.
He said, I also never watched the animated Star Wars Clone Wars, but I still followed along. That's perfectly all right, too. I just happen to be a hyper fan. I just happen to be an uber fan of Star Wars, so for me, I'm much more forgiving to the franchise. I've got Legends books over here. I have, Tales from Jabba's Palace, I think. We have Honor Amongst Thieves. I have Shadows of the Empire. I have the novelizations of the original trilogy in one omnibus. You don't think
it... Oh, folks.
You see this? I got this! I don't give a damn! It ain't Legends, I got this shit!
Juan's very proud of his collection.
Yes, I am. I also have, let's see here, Ambush at Corellia. I thought I had the Truce at Bakura, but it doesn't look like I do. Let's see here. I've got the first of the new versions of the Thrawn novel. Not the original Thrawn trilogy from Timothy Zahn, but the first of the new Thrawn trilogy.
If I'm not mistaken, Juancho, you also had one of those one of your Star Wars novels autographed by one of the authors back in Central Florida Comic-Con.
Yes, I did. I believe it was Tales of the Bounty Hunters, and it's because Timothy Zahn wrote a short story in it. and I got it for K-Storm because that was her book.
Oh,
Well,
how nice.
Well, I try to be nice. I try to be good. I try to be very nice, very evil. Anyhow, now getting back to Britney, since we're getting back on books over here, we're getting way off topic. Kevin Federline's a piece of shit who basically loafed off of the blood, sweat, and tears of his ex-wife because he's a talentless hack. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it until he can prove otherwise. But I seriously doubt that he can or that he will.
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
I'm not holding my fucking breath. Now, one of the biggest fucking bombshells to come up from this book, off of this memoir, was something that I personally had never heard of, and I personally never knew about until you started hearing talk about it for like the advanced copies of the novels being advanced copies of the book coming out and being reviewed and being poured through by book reviewers and for folks in like magazines and news sites and all this stuff. You're probably gonna shit a chicken here, Jose, and you're welcome to not, but I'm actually going to show you Jose, this one's not funny. This is not.
Okay.
This is so not fucking funny. This came out last Tuesday, October 17th, and it was an exclusive from People magazine. Headline reads, Britney Spears reveals she had an abortion because Justin Timberlake didn't want to be a father.
Wow. What an absolute asshole, Justin Timberlake.
Not even that, Jose. Like the fact that like it was like a freaking hidden abortion kind of thing. It's mind shock. It's mind numbing. It's shocking. It's mind blowing, and I'm horrified and like sad for her. Like on the one hand, I have always been 100% pro-choice, no matter what. Let them do this, but like these are the kind of circumstances. Like, there's no fucking way she would have wanted to do this. Like she was happy that she got to have those two boys with that wife beater ass looking dumbass Kevin Federline. You know, she was happy to have children. She was happy to be a mommy. But for fuck's sake, you know, Justin was like the love of her life. You know, but apparently that wasn't fucking enough for him and stuff. And okay, let me just read you the article. Comes by way of Jeff Nelson. Like I said, October 17th. Britney Spears is sharing a painful experience she kept private for 20 years. In her upcoming memoir, the Woman in Me, the Woman in Me, the pop icon reveals that when she dated Justin Timberlake, she became pregnant with his baby who had an abortion. People confirms. Quote, like in the book, it was a surprise, but for me, it wasn't a tragedy. I love Justin so much. I always expected us to have a family together one day. This would just be much earlier than I'd anticipated. Spears, now 41, writes of the pregnancy in the book, but Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. He said we weren't ready to have a baby in our lives, that we were way too young. A rep for Timberlake did not immediately respond to people's request for comment. Like, check this. This was from back in the day, in 2001, when they were wearing that matching denim outfit. You know, she had this gorgeous denim dress, and Justin was in all blue denim. You remember that, Jose?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, yeah, dang. She writes in the book, if it had been left up to me alone, I never would have done it. And yet Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be a father. Spears writes of her experience undergoing the abortion. Quote, to this day, it's one of the most agonizing things that I'd ever experienced in my life. After Spears and Timberlake split in 2002, she went on to become a mother, welcoming two sons, Sean Preston, 18, and Jaden James, 17, with her second husband, Kevin Federline. Spears will release her much-anticipated memoir on October 24th through Gallery Books, an imprint of Simon & Schuster. So Gallery Books are the ones who have that on there. The memoir comes nearly 2 years after Spears was released from her court-ordered conservatorship, which had been in place for 13 years. The conservatorship was terminated in November 2021 after Spears gave fervent public testimony in court in June 2021. Promising to reveal, quote, for the first time her incredible journey and strength at the core of one of the greatest performers in pop music history, according to a press release from Gallery Books. The singer's memoir, quote, illuminates the enduring power of music and love and the importance of a woman telling her own story on her own terms. And they have another photo of the two of them from 2002. God damn, man, this is... Okay. Your thoughts, Zay, on... them getting pregnant, her having an abortion to spare her and Justin the headache of that stuff, and now her talking about it openly. No, I'm not saying spare the headache, but like,
by the time you went through all these factoids, I actually went ahead and deleted every song from NSYNC from my computer because fuck them.
Rightfully so. That is your prerogative.
Sorry,
also,
that's the only
Artist
thing
Reborn. Hold on. Sorry about that. Artist Reborn gifted a sub over here on our Kick channel. So thank you very much, Artist Reborn. We appreciate you there. And they gifted it to Wolf. So that's a $4.99 Kick subscription, which, by the way, guys, just to clarify, subscribing to us on Kick is like the same thing as being a member on YouTube. So a subscriber on Kick is a Kick interflocker, whereas a member on YouTube is a YouTube interflocker. All right? As Dark Helen would say, everybody get that? Okay.
Yeah.
You get all
but
that?
Yeah, no, I went ahead and deleted all of Justin's songs and all the songs from NSYNC. There's no defending what he did. It is awful. It is absolutely fucking awful.
Like, on the one hand, my brain is personally like, okay, I understand. Because if you recall here, Britney herself was, she was how old in 2001?
I would say early 20s. I would place her
she was
22,
19, 20.
19, 20, yeah.
Yeah, she was 19, 20 years old, not even. Like, yeah, 19. Pregnant with Justin's baby. She would have wanted to be his baby mama. She wanted to have a family with him. But he said, nah, man.
Nah, man. And then he unilaterally decided to have Britney have the abortion.
It's more along the lines of like that that the two of them came together and decided it, from what I'm inferring in the information here. Please, if any of you guys have actually got to read this portion of the book, and if you know better, please, I welcome you to correct me and fill me in, because I'm going a little bit blinder than I'd like, unfortunately. So on the one hand, yeah, 19-year-olds, 19-year-olds having a kid, getting pregnant unplanned, I understand. I can't knock that. That being said, I'm not saying that he should have kept her.
Hang on a minute, I'm having trouble hearing you through the Zoom call. Bear with us, folks. Juan's getting the equipment working right away.
How about now? Better? Jesus Christ.
Yes.
You see, this is another thing that we need to save up for next. We need to get our hands on a new sound device over here. I've had this one since, God, how long? 2015.
2015, and it's starting to show its mileage.
Yeah, it's starting to show its age, and it's very, shall we say, annoying. Anyhow, that's.
But repeat what you were saying, just in case if our viewers weren't didn't get a chance to hear.
What I was trying to say was that Justin couldn't have taken more of her consideration, more of her side in consideration of all this. And yeah, no, you're the same age as her, but you were born in July of '82, but she was born in December of '81. Says Planet Q's Queen. Gene Rick, what was wrong with "I don't want to be a father, but I'll be there to step up"? Justin. Yeah, I know my freaking thing. You're right. My sound was fuckered up. How old is the equipment? Yes, that's how old. It's almost 10 years old. And it's not the microphone, by the way, Planet Q's Queen. The microphone over here, it's not the issue. Because these mics are brand new, courtesy of Kuristi Rando-sama. Thank you again, Kuristi. It's not the mic, it's our sound interface over here. It's this beauty of a thing. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to take a little moment to give you a little bit of a Ravens Flock tech rundown. This handy dandy device.
Your audio dropped out again.
See what I mean?
There you go.
The Zoom. This is the Zoom H5 recorder. It retailed when I got it in 2015 at $400. It is old. It is past its prime, sadly. It's not that it's done anything wrong, but let me put it to this way. It doesn't take the modern day SD memory cards. It has to take first generation memory cards. It's that old.
Audio, yep. Oh boy. Folks, just a reminder, we do yes. It's now up. I think you're gonna have to be cautious about it now throughout the episode.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to be cautious about all this. You're not wrong, Jose. Do me a favor. While I pull up some stuff, in order to continue with the thing over here, I'm gonna mute myself for a moment. Shouldn't be hard thanks to this device. You go ahead and give us your thoughts and let me know what folks are saying in the chat.
All right, yeah, not a problem here. So, as I mentioned earlier, my thoughts are pretty simple and to the point. I really despise Justin Timberlake now. I'm sorry. There's really no excuse. There's really no excuse. You could come up with an argument that yeah, maybe they were too young for parenthood, but still, that doesn't excuse him from that or anything else that he's had a hand with. That Britney Spears detailed in the memoir. I've given up on NSYNC. I'm listening to Backstreet Boys now. Backstreet Boys.
No, don't listen to Backstreet Boys because of that shit with Nick Carter. It's too much.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay, damn, the boy bands are dead.
No, okay, I know that a lot more folks believe that Nick Carter is innocent, and I'll let everyone have their opinions. My personal one is, it's still way too shady for me to give. To be able to give my own say, but me personally, I wouldn't put it past him to be on a power trip and do what he did with to Melissa Schumann. But that's my opinion. I know that we got folks in the audience, and I know that we got other folks who have different opinions, and that's all right. We can have different opinions. We can still disagree on stuff. I'm not going to crap on anyone over it. All I'm going to say is, me personally, I'm not too hot on either of them, on either boy band. But that's literally just me. Let me just I'm gonna show the wish list over here for our Amazon just to let people know. Yeah, I know. You need to look into the counterclaim now, Juancho. With Justin or with the Nick Carter. What did you mean? I don't know what you meant.
Yeah,
sorry.
Please clarify. Juancho, go ahead and show off the Amazon list.
Yeah, no, it's okay. The newest one, or rather a better generation of the sound device. I'm putting it on the it's on the link tree and it's in our chat, but yeah, this is the new one that I would like to have us have, which is the Zoom H6 recorder. So I know it's a little hefty and I'm sorry, but this is after me having it on a wish list for a couple of years and it knocking down in pricing. So check it. So it would actually have access for 4 additional ports on the side there for microphones, along with the a plug up that I have here. You can actually have 6 independent microphone tracks on there, so everyone has their own track. Cool. But I'm not counting on it right now. That's not the end of the world. If it's within your means, yes, thank you very much. It's appreciated immensely. It'll help us out in the long run. But right now, I got to get back to the story. Okay, and I'll pin the wish list in our. I'll pin the wish list on the chat. And oh yeah, you're talking about with Nick the counterclaim now. Okay, yeah, no, I'll look into it. I'll see what's going on with it. I can't make a guarantee, but I'll make every effort in terms of keeping an open mind. I just happen to be acquaintances with Melissa Schumann, so I hope you pardon me on that. I'm giving full disclosure. I happen to be acquaintances with her. I know a little bit more of what's going on, but I'm not going to get into that. That's a different story, and I'm not going to try to use that to bolster myself. That's not what I'm about. I don't run that bag. I don't freaking dip and dive like goddamn Kevin Federline, who dipped his wick in the most famous woman on earth at the time. Got 2 alimony checks out of them that he calls his sons, and fucking ran off to continue being mediocre. I ain't that kind of motherfucker. Nor am I a cut and run coward like fucking Justin Timberlake, who fucking basically left Britney with one of the most traumatizing decisions that any woman or any uterus having person could go through, and basically said like, no, it's for our own good. Yeah, no, sure. Like putting business ahead of themselves, like it seems cold. It seems very callous. And whatever, her husband that is divorcing her, that came out earlier this year, he just seems whatever. I don't even fucking want to get into him right now. Now, God, I'm sorry. It does get a little loaded when it comes to talking about this stuff with Britney's situation. Yeah, and still, fuck you, Lou Taylor, for being a fucking parasite. Let me see here. Now, here's actually an interesting little article. You can take this for what it's worth. It's out of BuzzFeed News. I know.
Okay.
I'm like BuzzFeed. I'm like,
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Where's my salt packet? No. Yeah. Where's Salty Pete? Where'd he go? No.
Salty Pete. Oh my god.
Okay. For the record, I know that you kind of have to have some sort of integrity when you're reviewing something that ain't yours and you're not providing the sources directly. However, I always take anything with BuzzFeed News with a grain of salt. All right. So that's me. That's my opinion on BuzzFeed News. Anyhow, there's as far as like the article itself goes. This article comes from Layla Muhammad, posted yesterday. Headline on there reads, here are the biggest revelations from Britney Spears' book, from her steamy fling with Colin Farrell to her thoughts on Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera's cruel collaboration. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, never said you were, LOL, Juan Cho. You're a journalist first and foremost. I try to be a journalist. I'm an asshole, but I try to be a proper journalist over here whenever I can. Sorry, like the print on there is really, really tiny, and I'm trying to cater to our audience when it comes to visibility. Also, it helps me read better. Anyway, after almost 2 years of anticipation, Britney Spears' tell-all memoir, The Woman in Me, has finally been released. Yeah, and by the way, a little commotion for this outfit. Very lovely. That's just me. Okay, as fans will know, Britney, 41, was legally ordered to... We already know this stuff. Okay, Jamie Spears, the abuse and nothing to help. Yeah, Britney also claimed that her family, including her mom, Lynn, and sister Jamie Lynn, did, quote, nothing to help her while she struggled. Yeah, no, I fucking believe that because fucking Jamie Lynn was dork. In the weeks ahead, it's release exclusive excerpts from the book reveal that Britney was getting more vulnerable than ever about her life. For example, she shared that she secretly had an abortion while she was dating Justin Timberlake and admitted that at one point during their relationship, she cheated on him after hearing he had allegedly been unfaithful himself. So, Like that's actually one little part that I want to bring up to you, Jose.
Go for it.
Okay. Justin Timberlake's song "Cry Me a River," right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the song and the music video and all that about? The fact that I know that you cheated on me and I won't take you back. Cry me a river and all that. And the music video explicitly had like the unnamed woman coming back home to where she lived, and she was clearly meant to kind of resemble / in like very heavily imply that it's Britney or whatever, and that she turns on her TV and sees that it's this raunchy sex tape that Justin has with this other like hot chick. Well, who was it? Adriana Lima or whatever, the supermodel, whatever. I don't know. Point is, screw you, how dare you? You cheated on me, and like, I personally have never once a day in my life ever pegged Britney Spears as the cheating type.
Yeah, no, this is
afterwards in retaliation. That's one thing.
Yeah, no. Now looking back at it at the music video, yeah, no, this is definitely Justin heavily projecting his narrative of the breakup, and it's not a coincidence, and it's far from coincidence. They dated until 2002, and 2003, the following year later, is when Justin Timberlake came out with his first solo album, Justified, which features the aforementioned song "Cry Me a River."
Indeed. All right, so let me take a look over here without further ado. Yeah, enough with this stuff. God damn, these guys really do know how to pad out their fucking websites. This is one of the things that I don't respect about BuzzFeed, but that's just me. Let me see here. So getting on this. One thing that Britney gets incredibly candid about in her memoir is her hatred for the way the media portrayed her as a, quote, eternal virgin early in her career. She writes that this so-called good girl image was pushed by her managers and the press because she had so many teenage fans. However, Britney notes that she'd been, quote, been having sex since she was 14 and had been living with Justin throughout their relationship. Okay, so that's not necessarily a shocker, but at the same time, this was the whole, like, on the one hand, you can't, like, actually, you know what? No, fuck you guys. Not you guys, people, but, like, fuck you guys who manufactured the virginal image of Britney back in the day, trying to have it both fucking ways, because, hold on. Let me just put it to you this way. Give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
And let me just pull up my one example over here. This is the only example that I'm really gonna fucking need for this. Give me a minute. Where is it? Okay. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. How can I not know if this is the one? Okay, here we go. Okay. So, yeah, released in 1999. I know this was released in 1999. I was there when it happened. Don't make me feel older than I already was, dagnabbit.
I think at this point, make us talking about Britney in the past will make us feel old at some point. It'll make us feel that way. Okay. It's going to happen.
All right, so here's what I'm getting at. What the hell? Come on. Why isn't it getting bigger when I'm zooming in? Big. Not small, big. Fucking zoom in.
Whatever. Sorry, Juan, that's demanding too much.
Yeah, apparently that's demanding too much. Okay, so on the one hand, her managers, the media, all this stuff, they were wanting to have Britney Spears come off this way, and in the very next breath, in the very next sentence, they want Britney to come off this way. The Rolling Stones cover from 1999. Her on the bed with her push-up bra out and little boy short panties. Britney Spears inside the heart, mind, and bedroom of a teen dream. Jesus Christ! Like, motherfuckers, this is motherfuckers double dipping, wanting it both ways. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Izzy. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just saying, like, yeah, no, the way they advertise, the way they narrate it is disgusting.
Not narrated. It's a narrative. It's the
The narrative.
image. It's the persona that they had her on. Okay, you want to know something? Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys a thing if I can find it. If I can find it. Let me see here. Where is it? If it's on YouTube, I will be a monkey's uncle. Because I have a thing, and it's a very important thing, and I would like people to be able to see this thing. And this was a thing that sort of shattered the fourth wall for me back in the day. Like the fourth wall of, like, media, if you would. Let me double check over here. There it is. Okay. I'm double checking this over here. Give me a minute.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, it's there. Okay, let me put it to you guys this way. If you were to go to... Now, I am not... Here at the Ravens Flock, we are not proposing that anyone, in any way, shape, or form... This is, again, another obligatory disclaimer. Please do not pirate merchandise. Please do not pirate things that makes you a bad person. Please do not steal content that you didn't pay for. Please do not take digital copies of content that you didn't upload. Okay? Okay. However, since this is on YouTube, and since this is sort of relevant to what I'm talking about here, I just went ahead and typed in on YouTube a documentary from PBS Frontline that was made in 2001, and this is a documentary that they had called Merchants of Cool. Now, the full documentary, someone had uploaded it, and I'm not telling you that you shouldn't watch it. You can watch it if you want. You can watch this if it's relevant to you. But what was relevant to me was one of the bits of the terminology that they came up with was how marketing gurus in the entertainment business had inside terms for the type of images and the type of, like, characters that they would use in order to sell products, in order to sell TV shows and commercials and movies and stuff. With Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and the hot girls of the late 90s, they called those girls the midriff. I wonder why. Why would they call them the midriff? I want...
Sorry, I just wanted an excuse to play along.
Okay. Point is, it was their inside term for, like, femininity and feminism being turned around into maximum sex appeal for the sole purpose of, a little bit of Jessica Simpson, but she broke away from that mold, thank God.
She broke away from that mold, and that's, it's the whole midriff thing. Like, obviously, it's like a sex appeal inclination to it. It's
it's like, oh, you have to be a total sex icon, but you're also still a virgin, and you're also still unattainable. You're still such an innocent girl, right? That is what the midriff is meant to be. But all of that is like a pastiche. It's a fucking fraud. It's a fucking it's a label that's used for marketing, for being able to sell music and movies and TV shows and commercials. So I strongly recommend, if you guys are interested in a blast from the past, while that copy of that PBS Frontline documentary is up, to feel free and go ahead and watch it if you wish. I won't tell you what to do with that video afterwards. If you want to try to save it yourself, you can. If you have YouTube Premium, you can download and save videos from YouTube. You can. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not your papa, but I can be your daddy. No, I'm kidding. I'm not feeling daddy right now. I'm feeling like a dork. Planet Q Screen was saying like Justin wanted everyone to hate Britney with that song, and in a way it worked. And Soundmind, hey, up there, by the way, Soundmind, welcome to the Black Files. Thank you for joining us here. I had a crush on her when I was 12, but her singing voice made me think twice. All right, to each his own. But the only sort of odd, weird kinship, the only kind of like connection thing that I personally have regarding Britney Spears is weird and it's dumb, but it really just stems from the fact that she's literally 5 years older than me, like down to the day. We have the same birthday, December 2nd. She's 1981, I'm 1986. That's all. And like, I guess like a fellow Sagittarius has to look out. I don't fucking know. I digress. Those are just one of the elements from her book. We already talked about Crimea River. Let's see here. Let's see. However, Britney says that by insinuating that she'd hooked up with someone else during their relationship, Justin had inadvertently disrupted the years-long media narrative that she was a, quote, eternal virgin. For this, Britney says that she's actually thankful to Justin. Like, yeah, by the way, asshole, you helped break me out of this fucking prison. What, in her quote over here, was I mad at being outed by him as sexually active? No, to be honest with you, I like that Justin said that. Why do my managers work so hard to claim I was some kind of young girl virgin even into my 20s? Whose business was it if I had had sex or not? She writes. Seriously. Like, okay. Now, getting into it from there, obviously being sexually active since 14 years old, that's one of those things like, but that's just my personal opinion. It's just like one of those like, I'm not gonna crap on anyone because, you know, we're all doing it, but starting at 14 in her particular case, for me, is just a matter of like, I would have waited to maybe 15 or 16, but that was literally me. That's just my own personal thing. It's not even a hang-up. It's not even a fucking thing. It's not my body. It's not my penis or vagina being used in the situation. I'm not one to judge. And besides, this shit's from like over 20 years ago, so who gives a fuck? Britney and Justin split in 2002 after he alleged that he allegedly sent her a blunt text message saying that read, "It's over." Shortly after they broke up, Britney reveals that she got involved in a 2-week brawl with actor Colin Farrell in a bid to move on. By brawl, she meant like, you know, like a tryst, a glory fest of passion and like chaos and stuff, and that was just another thing. Brawl is the only word for it. We were all over each other, grappling so passionately.
Okay. Yeah.
It was like we were in a street fight, she writes, with the pair famously attending the premiere of his 2003 film The Recruit together. Okay, so...
Sorry, I just got this really twisted visual of Britney Spears literally in a fight with Colin Farrell as Bullseye.
With the freaking shaved head and Daredevil?
With the shaved head and Daredevil and the Irish accent.
You mean his actual Irish accent?
Like that he really doubled down on.
Yeah, well, he's allowed to. Let me take a look over
You could say he nailed that character precisely.
I know where you live and I can throw things at you. You take that back. Get that crap off of my show, Jose. Alright, okay, so let's see. In spite of how passionate it was, Britney and Colin's fling ended up being short-lived due to the fact that she wasn't fully, quote, over Justin. However, Britney writes that she did consider whether, quote, there could be something there with the Irish actor at one point. Elsewhere in the book, Britney calls out Justin and her longtime pop rival, Christina Aguilera, for their famous 2003 Rolling Stone cover. Justin and Christina memorably teamed up for their joint Justified and Stripped tour in 2003, just a year after his brutal split from Britney. They posed together on the cover of Rolling Stone, with Justin looking at Christina with what Britney describes as sexy eyes. Okay, so the two of them had a rivalry. This does not need to be relitigated. We all know this. She writes, quote, "Even if they weren't trying to be cruel, it felt like they were just pouring salt in the wound. Why was it so easy for everyone to forget that I was a human being, vulnerable enough that these headlines could leave a bruise?" Britney also recalls being scrutinized by the media throughout her career. In interviews and beyond, Britney faced, quote, strange comments about her breasts amid speculation that he'd had cosmetic surgery and was freaked out to see, quote, more and more older men at her shows leering at her in the audience. Ouch. Yeah, no, calling out her infamous 2003 Diane Sawyer interview, for example, Britney slams the TV show host for reducing her to tears with, quote, harsh question after harsh question about Justin after their split. She writes, I shouldn't have been forced to speak on national TV, forced to cry in front of this stranger, a woman who was relentlessly going after me. Yeah, I remember that. She also slams Ryan Seacrest over her 2007 appearance on his live radio show, which was meant to see her promoting her studio album, Blackout. Instead, Ryan subjected Britney to numerous questions about her two kids, Jaden and Preston, who are 17 and 18 now, respectively. Let me see. On the subject of her kids, Britney also recalls experiencing perinatal depression after having her first son. Getting more candid than ever, Britney admits that she wouldn't let her mom hold him for 2 months after he was born. Ouch. Yeah, I quote, I got a little depressed once I was no longer keeping them safe in my body. They seemed so vulnerable out in the world of jockeying paparazzi and tabloids, she writes. I began to suspect that that I was a bit overprotective when I wouldn't let my mom hold Jaden for the first 2 months. Yeah, for the record, Lynn Spears, fuck you, Lynn Spears. You're fucking trash anyway for milking your daughter this way. As Britney says, she was relentlessly hounded by paparazzi prior to and after the birth of her kids, namely while she was navigating her divorce from their father, Kevin Federline. Recalling the infamous moment she shaved her head in 2007, the singer described her then new look as a fuck you to the world after years of being portrayed as the good girl. Okay, there's a glorious picture with Britney Spears holding a little baby chihuahua standing next to a pile of trash in a fedora. Anyway, days later, Britney was memorably pictured attacking paparazzo's car with an umbrella. Looking back on the incident now, she writes in her book that she quote snapped when the photographer refused to leave her alone during one of the worst moments of her life. Let's see here. Afterwards, Britney reveals that she reached out to the agency to apologize, writing in a note that she wasn't herself at the time. And that's the end of that BuzzFeed article. Britney's Your Book, The Woman in Me, is available to buy right now. Okay, so your thoughts so far, Jose?
Oh man, I'm like not. I'm trying to read all this because believe it or not, Juancho, at the time, like you're gonna find it weird, but at the time that you're talking about this. Like it actually takes a few seconds. Like there's actually a few seconds lag on YouTube. Like
yeah,
for yeah. So okay. Yeah, no. So my thoughts on all this, like, okay, I think I've already said enough about Justin's part, so I'm not going to repeat anything I've already said.
Yeah, Justin's an asshole. Kevin Federline is a bag of trash. So that's just those are my opinions. That's okay.
Yeah, no. We all unilaterally agree with you. And as far as Britney goes, like, yeah, no. I'm just trying to piece together like that one part that you mentioned where she was trying to break out of this whole persona of being that innocent virgin girl. I'm just trying to remember because I remember she shaved her head at one point during the late 2000s, but that had nothing to do with it, right?
Yes, it had everything to do with it.
It had everything to do with it. I'm trying to recollect. Hang on a minute. Soundmind, yes. To answer your question, Soundmind, yes. Kevin Federline did show up as a guest on WWE Raw in 2006.
And he should have gotten his ass whipped for it. Yeah,
yes.
Like, what do you call it? Planet Q-Screen was saying, I wonder how much say Christina had in that cover regarding the Rolling Stone cover between her and Justin. I wouldn't be surprised if Colin missed. Ow. God dang it. God dang it, Soundmind. Dude.
I mean, I can't hate on Colin Farrell. I mean, he's a really good actor.
Like, he's a very good actor over here. And that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. But truthfully, when it comes to Colin Farrell, there were literally a 2 week slugfest over here. I'm actually looking over excerpt that was sent that I found on Twitter. Let me see here let's see here. Breathe on Miley. is the name of the Twitter account, and they're using and they're pulling out excerpts of The Woman in Me. This one over here, Britney Spears explains the lack of energy and passion during her Piece of Me show. That would be the shows that she was doing while she had a residency in Las Vegas, if you remember, Jose. That for a while Britney Spears was performing in Vegas and she was locked into that contract. And that was where some of the more, shall we say, escalated elements of the conservatorship really came up.
I remember.
Okay, so let's see here. And this is an excerpt from the book. In the most demoralizing moments of my Las Vegas residency, I wore tight wigs, and I danced in a way where I wouldn't move a hair on my head. Everyone who was making money off me wanted me to move my hair, and I knew it, and so I did everything but that. When I look back, I realize how much of myself I withheld on stage, how much by trying to punish the people who held me captive, I punished everyone else, too, including my loyal fans, including myself. But now I know why I'd been sleepwalking through so much of the past 13 years. I was traumatized. By holding back on stage, I was trying to rebel in some way, even if I was the only one who knew that was what was happening. And so I didn't toss my hair or flirt. I did the moves and I sang the notes, but I didn't put the fire behind it that I had in the past. Toning down my energy on stage was my own version of a factory slowdown. Okay, so when you can't scream out, when you can't shout out to the world and say, I'm being made to do this shit against my will. Fucking somebody help me. There's only so much anyone can do. So,
yeah, because her family, everyone who was involved, pretty much kept her on her knees, kept her under their heel.
And yeah, no, these are literally just excerpts that I'm reading off from these other accounts and all this stuff here. Give me a minute. You got to be kidding me! Is this real?
What's up?
Is this real? Planet Q Screen sent me a thing. Is this real? Hang on. I want to find out. I want to see. It's gonna. Give me a second. I actually need to see the article. Give me a moment. Let's see here. Written by, what's their name? I had it here. Okay, Caitlin Hitt. Okay. Okay. Where is it? Ah! It's real, bitches. Okay. Number one, the Sun is a rag. It's not a newspaper as far as I'm concerned, but that's neither here nor there. Being able to see something like this is beautiful. Jose, how much do you like Karma?
I like it when it's. I like Karma when it's. Well, that depends. I mean, when it's delivered to assholes and when it's just deserved, I like it a lot.
Well, I think you're going to like this, Karma, very much. Ha 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 ha. Okay. So, like I said, this is a article. Thank you, Planet Q Screen, for sending this. From the Sun, aka a rag. But that's literally my opinion there. Headline on it reads, "It's gonna be me." Justin Timberlake declared, quote, "the most hated man in America" after Britney Spears rips him in her memoir.
Well, good. Fuck him.
Exactly, fuck this motherfucker. Let's see. Pop singer claims she got an abortion while dating the NSYNC frontman and accused him of being unfaithful to her. Yeah, motherfucker. Let's see here. Circus's singer's book came out on the Tuesdays.
Hey, buddy. You fucked up. You were a dick to Britney. Cry me a river.
I saw what you're trying to do there, Jose. But don't lower yourself to Jungle Jackoff's level.
I wasn't thinking about Jungle Boy, but
yeah, sure you weren't. Jack Perry, that sack of shit. He cost us CM.
Although I would like to smash Justin Timberlake head first into real glass, but that's just me.
That's neither here. Yeah, that's just an opinion that we've got. Let me see here. I'm actually trying to spot the bit on here. Justin has reportedly been left with major concerns over his ex's memoir's revelations. An insider told the U.S. Sun exclusively that earlier this month that the Troll's voice actor is, quote, on edge after revelations from the past came back to haunt him in The Woman in Me. According to the source, Justin has expressed, quote, big concern that Britney's claims about him might affect his music comeback. No shit, Sherlock! Yeah, this will affect you because you've been showing your ass over here. Your ass has been shown to the world. Congratulations, dumbass. Let's see here. His reps are reportedly working overtime to, quote, keep Justin clean of the fallout from this, but the insider noted that, quote, behind the scenes, there are major worries. Per the insider, Justin has spent months preparing for his big music comeback. The source went on to say, for months the plan was all positive vibes built around the plan that Justin getting back with some huge hip-hop tunes. But now... It is what will he say about Britney, and how will he handle it both in media promotion and even with fans? And no matter what people say publicly behind closed doors, the biggest fear is whether any of this will impact his sales. That is a big fucking worry. Justin is said to be hoping to set out on tour in 2024 and considering a potential slate of shows around the world after that. According to the insider, quote, truthfully, no one is sure how Justin will come out of this at the moment. The dust needs to settle on the headlines and shock of Britney's words. Justin has been really focused on this music comeback with a desire to show just how great he is on live stage. He has a stellar collection of hits and is excited to show off his new album in front of audiences. Word.
Thank you for that, number one. Number two, no, buddy, there's no bouncing back from this. Like, you are done. He would have had a chance to bounce back from it 20 years ago when he was white hot, but no.
No. Yeah, it's 20 years later, buddy, and these chickens are coming home to roost. This actually gets juicier here, Jose. People are forgetting one little thing. We've been talking about Britney's marriages. We've been talking about her relationships. Rightfully so. She's the prime subject of tonight's story. But since this is also revolving around Justin and his deeds and lack thereof, there's an issue that this might also impact his relationships. Primarily with his wife, Jessica Biel. Amid all the news about him, it's been reported that Justin and his wife Jessica Biel are, quote, reeling over Britney's allegations. An insider shared it with the U.S. Sun, quote, Justin owns who he was when he and Britney were together, even though his personality, career, lifestyle, and personal priorities are radically different now, 20 years later. This book is a nightmare for him because of how it throws the whole family into chaos. The timing stings as much as the revelation itself. They went on to echo the latest reports about his career hopes, saying, quote, Justin had a big fall planned with new music on deck, more work with his old friends in NSYNC, and of course the next installment in the Trolls movie, which has been a huge moneymaker for Justin over the last several years. Ahead of the memoir's release, there was a massive speculation about what reveals it might contain about Britney and Justin's relationship and more. Let's see. Additionally, he was like revealing. Yeah, okay. So, point is, ha! Sweat, motherfucker! Vete a sudar, hijo de puta. My God!
He deserved it.
Now, if I wanted to both sides this shit, I already gave my both sides on this in the understanding of, like, okay, being young and not wanting to be a parent right then and there, I totally get. But there is one key thing that Justin and Britney had at that time that really kind of negated any actual worry. Would you like to know what it is?
Tell us, Juancho.
Let me bring you all closer. Let me bring you a little bit closer. Just get right there. Is this good? Is this good? Can you guys see?
Yes, this is good.
Money! They had money, motherfuckers! They had stupid money! They had 1999, 2000 money! You have any idea how fucking ridiculous that kind of money is? I wish I had that kind of money! Mother of fucks! It's seriously like they were richer than the government over there, and not just Britney and Justin, but that whole lot of them. Freaking everyone in NSYNC, everyone in Backstreet Boys, Christina Aguilera, Jessica Simpson, fucking Mandy Moore was rich as fuck at that point.
Yeah,
Avril
they were all
Lavigne.
swimming in money because pop music and pop artists were hot back then.
They
Back
were
in 1999,
white phosphorus hot. Yeah, and you're right.
That was like
screen.
that was like the pop boom, if I'm not mistaken. The
Yes,
pop boom of the millennium.
Yes, it was the millennium boom. Dear God in heaven, it came out. Yes, it came out last year when he was filming that movie, punk rock. Wait, what do you mean? Hold on. Imagine the convo. Let's see. Imagine the conversation between Justin and Jessica Biel. Yeah, imagine the shit they're sweating over now, buddy. and a little bit more of like rock music was also breaking out. You had Limp Bizkit. We had motherfuckers like ICP coming out. There were plenty of other badass bands over there. Metallica had a little bit of a resurgence going on. Sum 41. Fuck yes. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, we love Sum 41. But that being said,
Green Day was more 90s, but yeah, Green Day continuing on with the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. And Planet Key Screen saying, I don't find crap. Yeah, Disturbed was also coming out. That led on afterwards. But I digress.
What really stood out in the worldwide public was the boy bands, the pop singers. That's what stood out the most.
You're actually right there, and that's why there were so many of them. Fucking O-Town, freaking Dream
98 Degrees.
98 Degrees. Fucking
How many women wet themselves to Nick Lachey, for goodness sake?
Good point. Yeah. No, Jesus. I don't even know the other guys.
Thank
you for finding that, by the way, Planet Q Screen, because that led me to such a little joygasm here. There is one excerpt that I liked in here that I found out of the story, out of the book, that is actually a little bit more upbeat for me, as far as Britney's dealings is concerned. And I'll show you guys another excerpt from the book. Britney Spears says doing Hold Me Closer with Elton John was a fantastic experience for her.
And Planet Q Queen also said that 98 Degrees were more Motown than boy band.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Kind of.
I can see what you mean by that.
I can see that argument.
Let's see here. I was nervous because it would be the first time the world had heard my singing voice on something new in 6 years, but I believed in the song and in myself, so I went for it. We were number 1 in 40 countries, my first number 1 and my longest charting single in almost 10 years, and on my own terms, fully in control. Fans said that on the track I sounded amazing. Sharing your work with the world is terrifying, but in my experience, it's always worthwhile. Recording Hold Me Closer and putting it out into the world was a fantastic experience. It didn't feel good. It felt great. I was so honored. Like me, Elton John has been through so much, so publicly. It's given him incredible compassion. What a beautiful man on all levels. Yo. That's my dog right there.
Nice. Very
closer, good. Tiny dancer. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Man, I'm going to go ahead and hit that a like with Under the Raven Flock here. Maybe a retweet.
Go for it.
There we go. Hell yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we roll. That's the good shit that we need Britney to have. Britney needs all the good jujus right now. She needs the good juju vibes of the Force. That's what Britney needs right this second. And folks are probably like one big argument that can be easily made in all of this, and this can make me sound callous, but I'm parroting what the callousness of what the argument would be. It's, well, Britney's loaded. She's still richer than you. She's still a worldwide celebrity. Who cares? Who cares what happens with these people? Fucking, it's not going to affect your daily life. It's not going to affect how you live. She's not paying your bills. Who cares? 3 words. Basic human empathy? Are we not allowed to express that? Especially in a situation this public and this harrowing that Britney had gone through for a good quarter of her life. Are we not allowed to express sympathy? Are we not allowed to express shock at the conditions that she went through? Are we not allowed to feel a pang of humanity for her having been able to survive this situation and come out stronger for it? Rather, stronger in spite of it, is what I mean to say. Not stronger for it, because no, that shit was trying to break her down every step of the fucking way.
I don't know. I know what you meant.
But I digress here. It's, the way I see it, Britney had been stomped on long enough, so she deserves to be able to breathe and stretch out her
Dude,
wings.
she deserves a freaking vacation. She deserves like a permanent vacation, more time to herself, like time to do the things that there's probably a list of things she's never had a chance to do.
You're right. There probably is. Like, okay, which is another thing which I like to point out. The videos that Britney puts out on her Instagram of her dancing, like twirling and dancing, and there's almost like a frantic energy in her dancing and in her movements, and people going all concern trolling, like, oh, she's dancing with knives. Somebody call the police on her. She's clearly not well.
Are you kidding me? She's living life. She's never had a chance to do that. Like, she probably keeps a freaking notepad of all the things that she hasn't done. It's like Captain America keeping a notepad of all the songs or all the things that he needs to catch up on in all the years that he was frozen.
Actually, Jose, it's more along the lines of it's that her dancing, at least the way I've been interpreting it, has been where she's been the most free. Because it's her moving her body the way she wants to, and the way that it gives her a sense of personal ownership. I know this probably sounds weird. I'm probably reading too much into it. I'm not a therapist. I've flunked enough psychology courses, however, to know exactly what I'm talking about. And the reason why I flunked them is because I hated writing APA format essays. They sucked. That and the psychology teacher that I was stuck with was no help. But that's not the point. The point is that, dancing is, as far as I can tell, the only form of expression that she really relies on for herself, where she can feel her movement, she can feel the energy within herself, and she flails her body into the movements that she wants to. And as far as the knife thing is concerned, she was literally doing a dance that Shakira was doing in a stage performance. Show my dance moves? No. Pay me. Soundmind, you want to see me dance? Go ahead and pay me first. $20. Go right ahead. I dare ya. I'll wait. No, I'm kidding. No, I can't dance right this second. Besides, I've for me, it's more like I can't dance unless I got a partner. Unless I'm dancing with somebody. Anyhow, let's see. Soundmind is also saying she should go to Mars. Maybe she should. But I wouldn't want her to live there on her own and go all Matt Damon in The Martian on us by accident. That would suck. Let's see. I want a Planet Keys Queen. I want her to take time and heal before doing anything. I'd love to see her work with Sir Paul and Ringo Starr. That would be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
Right.
Have her work with the two remaining Beatles, Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney. Sir Paul McCartney. That'd be awesome. She also says we also got Michael Jackson's nephews as well. You're right. And there's also Korn, Orgy, Blink-182. Yep. Those are all bands that came out late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. Because she probably went all over the world many times over. That's what you mean. Oh, by her going to Mars. Okay, yeah. You just reminded me of that freaking line of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like, what do you think Ferris is going to do with the rest of his life? Oh, Ferris? He's going to be a fry cook in Venus.
Oh my God.
It's so cool, yes. We don't want her stuck with Musk and Amber on there. That's a bad idea. Good point, Planet Q's Queen. No, that would be tragic. No, no, we need actual people, not Musk's moronic stupidity populating Mars. For the love of God, no. No, I want to get your thoughts on this real quick, because I want to see what else you wanted to bring up in regards to what we've got so far as her story goes, as far as her book is concerned. And I'm trawling through to see if there's any other stories or if there's anything else that I can bring up over here.
Well, as we mentioned earlier in the program, it's going to take another week or so until we get the official numbers of how many copies have already been sold. But so far, yeah, no, obviously, well, of course, Britney, at this, like, we've been following her stories for a long time. I don't think she has no reason to lie. I mean, about any of this. And sorry, I was distracted by Soundmind's comment. Well, show us your dance moves. Maybe another time. But yeah, no, you know what? This is also, in a way, this is also cathartic for her, because you have all this stuff. You have not been allowed to say anything for the entire time that you've been under conservatorship, and now that you're free, now that you have a window, now that you can finally breathe, you can finally take all of that, everything that you've been keeping to yourself, and put it somewhere. She could have easily done a live stream and ranted about it. She could have easily posted this stuff on Twitter, but she instead kept it to herself, published it as her memoir, as her tell-all, and just put it out there for the world to see it. And you know what? Because what's the old saying? The truth will set you free?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, easy. Yeah. The truth will set you free, and
hell, if that makes, and you know what, and if it paints other people like in a bad light, like Justin Timberlake, well, so fucking be it. Justin brought it on himself.
Don't be an asshole to people, and maybe when they write books, and then if you pop up in their story, then you won't look like an asshole.
Of course, knowing him, he's probably going to deny all these stories.
Laird. Now, you were wondering actually how many copies had sold so far, Jose. And this is another one that's grain of salt here. So let me just, there it is. There's a pack of salt. Yeah, thank you for that. So again, take this for what it's worth. According to TMZ, you're gonna love this, by the way, Jose. The actual article itself is some wonderful news here. She's getting 25% cut of all the freaking of all the profits from her book after a $12.5 million advance to write the book. So she's got a 25% cut afterwards. Also, Matthew Coburn was saying that the knives that Britney danced with, they were real metal prop knives made not to cut. That's why they made the metal sound. Going after her for that is ridiculous when those people don't do that to knife throwers or sword swallowers. Yeah, no, I got what you're trying to say. Yeah, no, they're prop swords, they're prop knives. They're not real. They're not sharpened or whatever. They're made for stunts. Yeah, but the bit of this is that Britney gets 25% profit of the nets from what she sells in The Woman in Me. And to answer your actual question here, Jose, more like so far as of the publishing of this article, which was at 8:45 a.m. Pacific time, so that would make it 11:45 in the morning. The book had sold so far more than 400,000 copies, and the trajectory could take the book north of 1 million. Let's see here. What our sources say the unsung hero in the success of the book is Britney's best friend / manager, Cade Hudson. Not Kate Hudson, the actress, Cade. Cade Hudson. Multiple sources tell TMZ Hudson repeatedly pushed Britney to write and finish the book. There were times she wanted to do nothing with it, but Hudson pushed her, and eventually, belatedly, it happened. So, excellent. All right, very nice. So, yeah, thank you if that's true, Kate Hudson. But again, this is TMC, so grain of salt. That's me. As far as the numbers are concerned, I believe that. And you're going to love how Britney's actually reacting with all this. Because there is an article from Billboard here. You're gonna lose your mind, Jose.
All right.
And this is actually the good way of losing your mind. And why do that? Planet Q Screen saying, I got some good news. The Sacramento Kings won their first game of the season, 130 to the Jazz's 114. Very nice.
Nice. Very cool.
Very cool. Awesome. Well done, guys. Let me see here. On Billboard, by way of Hannah. God damn these stupid ads popping up right in the middle of the shit. Get out of here. Shushma. Where is it? Get away. God dang it, now I have to do this thing. Here we go. And, yeah. There we go. By way of Hannah Daily, headline reads, the Britney Spears says her book is, quote, the highest-selling celebrity memoir in history, and thanks fans and support. Britney Spears' Long Way to Memoir, an Instagram post on Tuesday, so yesterday, the same day Woman in Me was released, Spears took a moment to boast about the book's success and thank her fans for supporting her latest endeavor. It's happening! The Toxic Singer wrote, sharing a photo of the tome's cover and tagline, My Story on My Terms at Last. According to Spears, her book is already, quote, the highest-selling celebrity memoir in history on the first day of shelves. And it's only day one, she added. Thank you to the fans who have been so supportive. I love you all. Billboard has reached out to Simon & Schuster, whose imprint Gallery Books published the pop star's memoir for comment. According to Amazon.com, The Woman in Me is the number one on its list of most read and sold nonfiction books. Shit!
Damn.
So yeah, kudos to her. Holy cow. So yeah, she's going to be netting a pretty penny for this one. And as well she should. As well she should be permitted to. Because, like, truthfully, like, fucking, if anyone deserves a break, it's fucking Britney. She deserves a break. Now, that being said, Jose, I just need to know, I don't know if you had anything else that you wanted to add to all this there.
No, honestly, wait, are you closing me off?
Actually, yeah, we're gonna start closing off here in a bit.
All right, so I guess I'll bounce first, but I'll give my closing statements. First of all, as I mentioned earlier, this is all catharsis for Britney Spears. Like her putting her stories out there in the memoirs for everyone to read and make their own judgments for themselves. You know what? She has fans who'll support her, and there are, let's not kid ourselves, there will be people who will think that she's lying and who will be against what she says. But you know what? To Britney Spears, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. She liberated herself in so many different ways, getting away from the conservatorship and finally putting her stories out there for the world to see. And like, that is it. She's wrapping it all up in a bow, and it's done. And she's trying to move on with her life.
Well, the next step on this is actually going to have to be dealing with the aftermath on there, because now with Justin having to basically address what's been said about him in her book, in any bit of promo that he's going to be doing for any of his own work, how is he going to walk around that? And how is Britney going to be able to handle this stuff? Also,
I'd like to see how the hell
Pochi's on the chat. Hey, up there, Pochi. Sorry, welcome to the Black Files. I believe they just popped in for just a moment. Hi, just came to spread some love, my dude. I am building a love train. I'm going to every streamer saying hi. If you're down, just let me know. The more the better. The more the better. Okay, cool. Thank you. Don't know who you are, but thanks for popping by.
No, you're fine. But that being said, oh yeah, I'm very interested to see how JT's going to spin all this.
Seriously.
Fuck that guy.
I'm more concerned about whether or not if there's going to be any... I'm pretty sure that she probably couldn't legally say anything about K-Fed, about Kevin Federline. Excuse me. Jesus.
No, you're fine. Gesundheit.
Thank you, K-Storm. Thank you, Jose.
Yeah, you're fine.
That looks good.
All right, so...
Give me a second.
So,
K-Storm just got through painting, and let me just show folks this lovely little bit of K-Storm art. Give me a second. Let me just move to the main view here. What do you guys think of that?
That's based on the most recent IR view of Jupiter by the James Webb Telescope.
Impressive.
Right on. So infrared, and I'm guessing, are these all meant to be the moons?
Just random planets and stuff. There's a Uranus up here and a Neptune down there.
Why would you show something so obscene? I can't show this. I can't show Uranus.
You idiot.
You and your spawn seem to be plucked out of the same asshole today. Making that
Ah. Also, stellar work, K-Storm.
Is that Unicron or is that the Death Star, says Sound Mind? No, as K-Storm said, she based the main planet there off of an IR photo of Jupiter from which telescope?
The James Webb Telescope. It's
James
the
Webb.
most recent image from Jupiter in infrared, hence the different colors.
Cool. It looks badass.
Nice.
I love it.
All right, so a couple of announcements before I bounce. As just a reminder, folks, this week is our blackout week for this channel. We are not able to stream any of our other shows this week due to our own personal obligations. As Juan mentioned earlier on this program, between Juan and Angel Mendez, they have to work a little bit extra overtime in their straight jobs. I will not be streaming Wrestle Rewind due to personal obligations because I have... Juan, are you good?
Ah! Do I look like I'm all right?
No!
Thank you, K-Storm. No, I'm not all right. I'm very not all right. Are you saying we're not doing Wrestle Rewind tomorrow night?
I can't, because the following morning I have to get up butt fuck early.
Jesus Christ, I'm the only one doing any content. God! Marlon Brando!
Well, at least I gave you some random art content, because there's also this one that I did a couple days ago.
Juancho, please don't eat paper.
It's loaded in fiber!
And Sound Mind, why boo?
Oh,
I
no.
mean, I could do...
Oh, no, they're probably booing the fact that we're not going to be streaming any other shows for the rest of the week.
Oh, fair point.
Right. Love you, honey. See you in a little bit. Okay, so please continue while I try to recollect some semblance of...
Oh, no. That's all I wanted to do. Like, we're not going to be able to stream the shows because we have to work extra hours out of our straight jobs, and I have to attend an appointment because I have to address some certain health issues.
Folks,
But next week we will be back. We will be back, hopefully, and resume our regular programming.
Our regularly scheduled programming? Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
so. That ain't... Although I'm not going to hold my breath at the moment. All right, you know what? Yeah, Lewis is going to be live over here soon. Yeah, no, I hear you there, Matthew Coburn. That's kind of why we're sort of wrapping up. We want to make sure that folks can go ahead and take their time away from us afterwards and go ahead and give Lewis some love. For the record, I was just busting Lewis's balls, just yanking his chain in over here. I like to mess with it, but only because I know that he's a big boy and he can take it. And like, because it's funny. That's what you do with friends. If you can't fuck with your friends, who can you fuck with?
No, of course. But
yeah.
that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bounce and head off to bed. Juan, thank you very much for having me on this program. You are awesome. And thank you, fans. And thank you, the viewers who are watching. You guys have been great at the chat. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you, Planet Q's Queen, for providing some information for the Juancho to look over. That was very helpful. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and head off to bed, man. I need to catch some sleep.
All right, you go ahead and you get yourself to bed, Jose. You have a good night. Thank you for being on the show.
All right, folks. Thank you very much for being on the show. You guys have a great night. Remember that at the end of the day, we're all human beings. Okay.
And be mindful where you get your news from.
And be mindful of where you get your news from. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Jose. You have a good night.
All right. Night.
All right, and that was Jose Casabona, folks, the head of the Ravens flock here, signing off. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up over here. I've told you that's what I do, lol. Thank you again, Planet Q's Queen. And saying goodnight to Jose. Shit. Yeah, no, like, on the one hand, I'm thankful that Britney's able to speak on her own terms at long last, and that she was able to put this stuff out there for the world to see. I'm thankful for that. On the other hand, I'm over here thinking, God almighty, this woman's been through hell. She's been basically used by pretty much everyone in her life. At least the main folks who mattered the most to her. And that's fucking horrible. And I wish to God there was a way that it could be undone, or that there's some sort of way that that could have been that could have been unmade or something. But that's in the past. This is a freaking litmus test on how not to treat people in your life. Don't take the people in your life for granted. I've done that. I fucked up. And I can only pray that they'll find it in their hearts to forgive me whenever I do. And the ones that understand that I don't mean anything by it, they let me back in. It takes a little bit of time to rebuild that trust and all that, but we get to it. But no one should have to go through what she went through. No one should have to be treated how she was treated. It's horrible, and I'm personally fucking thankful that she's finally speaking out. And yeah, no, she's coming full blast to every one of these motherfuckers that mess with her on all this, so I'm not going to knock her on it at all. Go ahead and go off, girl. Go ahead and go off, Britney. All right, I'm going to go ahead and, speaking of going off, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, folks. I appreciate every single one of you folks for tuning in tonight and joining us on this edition of the Uncensored, Uncompromising Interview and Review podcast of The Ravens Flock, The Black Files, hosted by yours truly, Juan Arouse, as we delve into the darker side of nerd pop culture. Be sure to request access as we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become a Nerd Flocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock, Rose Casabona and Angel Mendez, and K Storm and her beautiful artistry. I am Juan Arouse. This has been the Black Files, and we